Hi, Nancy here, and I just want to show you a couple of maintenance things that you'll need to do with your brioche. Especially the two-color one, you are left behind with the slip knot that you've pushed off the end of the needle, and it has to be sewn in, and obviously you're going to have ends to sew in from your bind off as well. So I'm just going to remove the slip knot right now, and you have to work with one color at a time, and I'm going to thread this onto my needle. And I'm just going to hide it along the edge as best I can. There's not a whole lot of places to sew this in, so you have to be kind of clever in concealing it. So this one, I'll just ever so carefully run this up the side. I do like to split my fibers when I'm sewing in my ends because it just bites down on the fabric a little better. At least I think that is the case. And we're just going to work in as much as you can. This is a very shallow swatch, so I don't have a lot of room to work it, but I always tend to work a little more than I'm supposed to. So then I'm just going to leave that, and then I will snip it very close to my work. All right, we'll work on the green a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to flip it over to the back side. Okay, and then we're just going to go in here. All right. So here we go. So I am just going to run it up half of the leg of the knit stitch, of the knit column, and you'll never see it. And you shouldn't be looking that close anyways, right? That's what I always say. Okay, so you're just going to slide. Now again, I'm splitting the fibers here. I hope you can see this. Okay, let's go up a little more here. Okay, and then there it is. It's hidden in the side there. You can also kind of push it in here. If you go in further there, that works as well. Always experiment a little bit to see what works best for you. Okay, now another thing I want to share with you. When you need to back out a row, and if you're knitting anything at all, you're going to have to back out a row. It's going to happen. If you try to do them both at the same time, disaster is going to happen. I can almost guarantee it. So if you ask yourself, which row do I back out first? Well, that's very easy. The color that is the yarn over is the last color you work. That means you're going to start, in this scenario, you're going to start with the green. So let's turn it. And we want to hold it exactly the way it was held when we worked it. So we're going to take our needle. We're going to, obviously, there's nothing in that stitch that's green, so we're just going to slip that pink off the needle from the right onto the left, okay? Tighten it up just a tad. Okay. Now we're going to go under both, which was the previous yarn over in the knit stitch, and if you want to test, just give it a pull. That's where it's coming from. Okay, so I'm going to pull that off my needle. There we go. This was a slip. Bring the yarn back, go underneath right here. Okay, take it off. Slip, bring the working yarn back, give it a slip, slip that off. Okay, see how this works? And everybody's mounted correctly, so there won't be any issues with that whatsoever. Off we go. The other thing you want to remember too, when you're working, you see this was the stitch and it's yarn over, right? When you do increases, decreases, cables, anything in brioche, just remember that yarn over is part of the stitch. That's where people get themselves into trouble. They don't include that. Otherwise, it's just worked exactly the same as the other ones are. You just have to remember your yarn. Okay, here we go. Everybody's as they should be. Now, look at it now, okay? What's over our needle now? Which yarn over? The pink, exactly right, as it should be. You have to remove 2 rows to get rid of 1 brioche row. Does that make sense? It sounds a little tongue twisty, but okay. So now this one, we're going to go in and remove that stitch. Into the pink, off. Slip the green onto the left needle. Remove the purl. Working yarn in front, underneath both the purl and its companion yarn over. There you go. Don't try to do 2 colors at the same time. I can't tell you enough how much you're going to get screwed up on that. It just does not work well. Okay, and then we're going to go off here. I know I'm doing this fairly quickly, but if you have the video, you surely can watch it over again. Okay, and that's off. 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 There you go. And now, voila, here we go. We have finished taking out 2 rows, which is 1 brioche row, and this thing is ready now to move forward. And that's how you do a little maintenance on your brioche. Thanks for watching.